Welcome back, y'all. BETERBIEV versus Dimitri BIVOL. Who wins? Question mark. After seeing both of these guys train, BETERBIEV, did you see his routine? Matter of fact, before we talk about BETERBIEV's routine, we're going to talk about what Keyshawn Davis said, I guess during the Fight Hype interview, if I'm not mistaken. They asked him, I guess, his input on naturally upcoming fight. And Keyshawn Davis was like, oh, if he comes in natural and all this kind of stuff. And you trying to say that BETERBIEV be using PEDs, that's why he got 100% knockout ratio? And that narrative really, I've never heard anybody talk about that narrative before. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. And Keyshawn was really trying to emphasize it, but he didn't want to come out and say it type stuff. And I was like, damn, where this coming from? And he said, naturally, I'm going with the boxer, which is BIVOL. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what's going on, Keyshawn? You know what I'm saying? What BETERBIEV do to you? You know what I'm saying? And then going back to the workout routine of BETERBIEV, when you see him, the exercise that he was doing, they were strengthening his hands and his wrists, which, by the way, his overall physical look right now, leading up into the fight, he looks in very great shape. Core strength looks phenomenal. Flexibility looks phenomenal. It looked like he is over his injury. He looks in great shape. BETERBIEV looked like he is ready for this fight. He's the older guy, 38, 39, coming into this fight, fighting the younger BIVOL, which I believe is 30. And I'm like, he looks in great shape, man. You know what I mean? So for Keyshawn Davis to say that, I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? But guess what? To each his own. Everybody has their opinion, especially with the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fiasco. You know what I mean? PEDs is present in the sport. Yes, people have been pop for him. But BETERBIEV, that has never been a narrative that I heard people associate with his success in the sport. So when I heard Keyshawn Davis say that, I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? But me personally, you know what I'm saying? I've seen the way that BETERBIEV trains for his fights, and he always, what's going on? What's going on, man? Salute. Smash that like button, please, so we can get this, you know what I mean, get everybody popping. Nelly's Island. Hey, what's going on? If it's your island, please, I need a vacation. Now I need a vacation. Let me know where it's at. ASAP, I need a vacation. But talking about, you know what I mean, BETERBIEV, we go get into the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson situation. And Mike Tyson looked very good, y'all, you know what I mean? But BETERBIEV, he looks, Catnap, what's up, babe? Appreciate that. Salute, welcome to the family. BETERBIEV, man, you know what I mean? He looks in great shape. BIVOL looks in great shape. And the mentality of these guys, man, I mean, they ready to fight, man. So I don't know if y'all heard, but Keyshawn Davis was saying, said, I love you. I love you too. You know what I mean? We need more love in the world. I love everybody, you know what I mean? Except haters. You know what I mean? Sorry, I don't love them motherfuckers. But let's keep it there, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I love you too. I appreciate the vibe, appreciate the love, appreciate the energy. Clap for you. But BETERBIEV, man, you know what I mean? He looks in great shape, ready for the fight. BETERBIEV. Keyshawn Davis was saying some things about BETERBIEV, he looks like he's on PEDs because of his freakish strength that everybody knows about. And like I was saying, man, I've seen BETERBIEV train, and I've seen how he prepares for his fights. The methods that he does, from his crowbar training, you know what I mean, to twirling a bench press bar, a lot of his training strengthens his hands and his wrists and his overall, his forearms and his arm strength. So if you see the way that BETERBIEV trains, this is not by accident. He trains, he trains for this. So when Keyshawn Davis made those comments about BETERBIEV's power, it kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, where all this coming from? You know what I mean? This coming from the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia situation, which people are still talking about. But PEDs is real. And like I said, I never heard anybody associate BETERBIEV with PED use. Say my name, please. Nelly's Island. I said that already. You know what I mean? Hopefully you're a female saying that. But, you know what I mean? Like I said, please let me know what an island is. I need a vacation. I will visit immediately. You know what I mean? So salute to Nelly's Island. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. Please like, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know you know what I'm saying? We live, we stream, we talking about the fight. And please put in the comments what y'all think about the fight. I think gonna win. Because at this point, I don't know who gonna win, man. You know what I mean? Like, at first I was like, it's a 50-50 fight. Some people were saying 60-40, BIVOL, because he's a dominant boxer. And because of BETERBIEV, his age. But I'm telling y'all, man, like, when I seen the way that BETERBIEV looks, he looks in great shape. He looks mobile. He looked like he's ready for the fight. You know what I mean? So, it's like, I honestly can't say that one is going to whip the other, man. Everybody think that BETERBIEV is going to get the dub because of his strength. But I'm telling you, man, like, I think this is really going to be a great fight. Just like how Spence and Crawford was supposed to be. The hype surrounding that fight was legendary and all that kind of good stuff. Zion, Z, what's going on, man? Hello, salute to you. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Please smash that like button on your way in. Why are you smoking? I don't love you. I'm not smoking. It's just for the look. See, it's out. But back to, you know what I'm saying? Back to the, you know what I mean? The breakdown, y'all. Like I said, wasn't smoking, just for the look cool. But check it out, y'all. BIVOL, he looks in great shape, great spirits great energy from both of these competitors, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, how can you not, and I ain't gonna say enjoy the fight because they ain't fought yet, but how can you not respect these two competitors? It hasn't been any trash talk. Both of them have been very professional. Well, you shouldn't even be, if that's the case, you shouldn't even be in this, you shouldn't even be in this chat. You know what I mean? You trying to get somebody in trouble. This is for grown folks. Go get your mom, go get your dad, and they can sit with you. You know what I'm saying? That we can all talk boxing. There's one big great boxing family. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a great fight, and I truly hope that not only people support this fight, but people look at the fight in a positive way. Because when Keyshawn said that about BETERBIEV, his strength, like, it's basically it's suspect. You know what I mean? Like, he's so strong because he could possibly be doing something that he shouldn't be doing. And I'm not even going to like dig into that narrative. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you have a lot of look at Inoue, look at Tank, look at Crawford. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder. It's a lot of punchers in the sport of boxing, past and present. You know what I mean? Who that was never really associated with their success. So now you have BETERBIEV coming into this fight, and people want to say that he could possibly be using PEDs or something like that. And that's not cool, because he is a devout Muslim, you know what I mean? Like I said, ain't no racism over here, you know what I mean? He's always positive. He always approaches his fights and the sport from a professional and a stern level. It's no games. BETERBIEV does not play. And I respect that as a spectator of the sport, as a fan of the sport, and also looking at the sport from an analytical perspective. I respect that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people play games in the sport of boxing. You don't play no games in the sport of boxing. And apparently somebody said something dumb, because it just told me that this message is going to be held for review. You know what I mean? Elton, so homie, hey, what's going on? What's going on, E? Elston, 24. Hope I pronounced that correctly. But what's going on, man? Salute to you. Clap for you. You know what I'm saying? Please, like, you know what I mean? Like, so we can get everybody joined in, man. I'm starting to go live more so I can build my live presence back up. This is like my second or third live. I haven't been live in quite some time. It's probably been approximately about 2 years. So please, man, you know what I'm saying? Like the stream so the algorithm can kind of wake up and start pushing the live out there a little bit more often, man. Please put your comments in and we could talk about the fight. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in, you know what I mean? And rocking with your boy. But it's going to be a great fight, man. It's truly going to be a great fight. BIVOL is a fantastic competitor, man. His boxing ability, he looks in great shape. movement, looks pristine, his punch output. And I think that's going to be the narrative. Before I was talking about, like, you know what, between BIVOL and BETERBIEV, the footwork is really going to differentiate not only the styles, but I believe who can possibly walk away with this fight. But then BETERBIEV showed me some things leading up into the fight that he's been working on his movement. You know what I'm saying? His pivot. You know what I mean? Because you know that BIVOL, he can change directions very easily because of his great footwork. And BETERBIEV was kind of showing that, you know what, he's been working on that. So it's like both of these guys and their teams and their coaches and trainers have been studying each other, their strengths, their weaknesses. And this says back, bro. Welcome back. Walking, you know what I'm saying? Working on their strength and their weaknesses, you know what I mean? So they can come. I mean, this fight is for undisputed, y'all. For undisputed. All the belts. Right now, BIVOL, he's in a great position to do something that he started the sport to do, not only to become a champion, but to become an undisputed champion. A lot of fighters, when they come into the sport, they look at it from a financial perspective. And Ryan Garcia is one of those fighters. Like, he really does not want to be a champion, in my opinion. He wants to make the biggest fights, the biggest paydays. But some people, they want to come into the game or to the sport, because it's not a game, and they want to become champions. They want to become multi-division world champions. They want to become unified champions. They want to become undisputed champions. You know what I mean? And BETERBIEV and BIVOL, they are those type of competitors. This is about legacy. This is about history. And BIVOL, he said that's why he started boxing, because he wanted to become a champion. He's a world champion. And to be undisputed champion is a dream. And he has a chance to make it a reality. He has a chance to make it a reality. October 12th, Riyadh season. It is going down. It's going to be a super explosive fight. Somebody could go night, because it's fight night, baby, and things happen. People get knocked out. Sometimes people get stopped. And neither one of these competitors are coming into this ring thinking that, you know what, I'm not going to get knocked out or I can't get stopped, because this is the best of the best. Recently, Benavidez versus Morrell. That fight was just dropped by David Benavidez. And let everybody, you know what I'm saying, give David Benavidez a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Benavidez for making that fight happen. Alexandra De Rosa. Hello, bro, from Germany. You never walk alone. You know what, man? I got people in Germany rocking with your boy, and I appreciate that. And you know what? I do not walk alone. You know what I'm saying? God is with me even right now talking to y'all, and I appreciate y'all. And I hope he sent every single last one of you guys my way. I love the energy, and I appreciate that. Nobody walks alone, but you need to be careful on who you walk with. And I truly believe that God walks with me, because, like I said, your boy has been through a lot, could be going through a lot, and I still got a positive perspective, and I still walk with a positive mindset. I don't wish no harm on anybody unless you bring something my way. Then I got to do what I got to do, because I do more than just talk boxing. Your boy is nice out here, veteran. So anywhere you want to take it, I can meet you. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up if you support and you salute your soldiers and your veterans, man. I appreciate you all. Alexandra, thank you, man. De la Rosa, you know what I mean? I appreciate you. I love you. Clap for you. All right, let's go. So, you know what I mean? Salute to all you, man. Like I said, the energy has been great since we think you welcome. You are absolutely welcome. I really appreciate you. You have no idea. And that's not just talk. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who is positive, you bring great energy. I love those type of people. I don't even have to know you, but I love you, because you just look at how it is in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect the fight game so much, because it could be somebody that you don't like. You know what? Step up, challenge that person, make the fight, step into the ring, and you can settle your differences. You know what I mean? If more people was old school, and instead of picking up a gun, a knife, a bat, or even your words, you know what I mean? A lot will be different in the world. But these days, they're afraid of a good ass whooping. And BIVOL and BETERBIEV, they ain't afraid to get their hands dirty. You know what I mean? You look at what BIVOL did to Canelo Alvarez. Forget his last fight. Forget every fight before that. Because when BIVOL went into that fight with Canelo, nobody gave BIVOL a chance. I did. I told people Don't be surprised if BIVOL upsets Canelo. And what did BIVOL do? He went in there and he upset Canelo. Why? Because he was not afraid of Canelo Alvarez. And BIVOL is not afraid of BETERBIEV. He's aware of his power. He's very cognizant of it. It's not going by the wayside. He's not forgetting about it. It's right there. He's looking at it, but he hasn't experienced that power yet. So him stepping into that ring, he's not afraid to get hit. Why? Because he took the fight. A lot of fights are not being taken because they know when they step into that ring, it's a high probability they're going to leave that ring. Who knows? God forbid, but on a stretcher. They could get knocked out, could get stopped, could get hurt, but they can leave that ring with a loss. And sometimes money ain't everything, because depending upon who you are, that loss could kind of derail your career. But either one of these competitors, if they took a loss, I don't think their career will be ended or in jeopardy. BETERBIEV, he's older. So him at this stage of his, excuse me, y'all, him at this stage of his career, if he loses, guess what? How long is going to be left in the game? So taking this is what you call a strategic loss for BETERBIEV if he loses the fight. And if he loses the fight, guess what? His marketability is still at a point where he could take another fight and still get a huge payday, and it can be a huge draw. Same thing with BIVOL. What he's done and accomplished in the sport so far, if he happens to lose to pound for pound one of the best fighters on the planet, his career is not over. He's going to bounce back, God willing, come back, and he's going to do a lot of great things in the sport of boxing. So I don't think neither one of these guys are afraid to lose. I don't think they're coming into this fight thinking if I lose, because somebody's going to lose, whether it's by decision or by knockout. Clap CH33KS. My Dookie was red this morning. What do I? Well, I am not a physician, but if that is the case, and those are the kind of problems that you waking up with, first, you might want to pray, because that ain't good. Second of all, you might want to pick up the phone. Hopefully you got one, you got service, because you most certainly need to reach out and talk to somebody. Now, reach out and touch someone, because that might be the problem. But you might want to reach out and talk to somebody, you know what I mean, and get that check. And be careful what you eat, you know what I mean, because nowadays everything is designed to kill you, even your food. So be mindful of what you put into your body, because what comes out of your body, you could have those type of problems, you know what I mean? So if that's the kind of energy you bring to the chat, you know what? I ain't gonna get mad at you. I ain't trying to, you know what I mean, kick you out or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I take that as a joke, your way of saying hi. You know what I mean? So I hope you feel better. I hope you do better. And like I said, pick up the phone and get at, you know what I mean, a call. So real quick, y'all, we're going to jump over to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Mike Tyson, excuse me, let me correct myself. Iron Mike Tyson, one of the best to ever lace up a pair of gloves, one of the best that ever did it. He's been through a lot of turmoil, Mike been through a lot in his career, but now he stands amongst kings, one of the most well-known fighters and figures in life, period. Mike Tyson is a prolific figure, and him and Jake Paul, they have a fight coming up. Oh, damn, yo. Damn. They have a fight coming up, and I dropped the phone, the light now went out. But they got a fight coming up, y'all, and a lot of people may not know the date. It's going to be on Netflix, and it is going to be November 15th. And just in case y'all don't know, let me put y'all on. Now, the main event is going to be Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, as we know. But shout out to my ladies, man. You know what I mean? Taylor and Serrano 2 is also slated to be on that card. Mario Barrios and Ramos is fighting. And I believe Barrios should have took that fight with Jerome Bruce Ennis. I truly believe that would have been a great fight. Somebody mentioned me in the comments. Somebody always mentions me in the comment. And Goyet Nunez, that's also on the card. And that's going to be live on Netflix, y'all. So if you got Netflix, you're paying your money, you might want to check that fight out. That's going to be a great fight. But Mike Tyson was recently interview, him and Jake Paul. And Mike Tyson was like, they asked Mike Tyson, like, basically, you're an older competitor. You're an older competitor. So how do you feel about going into this fight with Jake Paul? This is what Mike Tyson said.
I haven't changed much. It's a fight I'm preparing for. I'm training a lot harder, and I'm just ready. It's hard to explain the training methods and stuff. I'm just ready to fight. It's just as hard. I work pretty much. It's so down. I work pretty much through the whole day before they took out at least 2 of my workouts. Okay, that makes sense.
Now, Mike Tyson is like almost 60 years old. He's coming into this fight fighting a younger Jake Paul. We all know Mike smoked a lot of weed. This we know. But just because you smoke a lot of weed, that does not mean that you ain't going to have a gas tank. As you heard Mike stipulate, Mike is always training. And if you go back and see pictures of Mike like a year or two ago, I mean, Mike had a shape to some of us. Definitely me. You know what I mean? But Mike Tyson is in great shape. Movement looks very explosive. And going back to footwork, just like I was talking about BIVOL, Mike Tyson has some of the best footwork in the history of boxing. You know what I mean? The whole peekaboo style, yes. Mike Tyson is a progenitor of that style. Mike Tyson is still dangerous at his age. So him stepping into that ring with Jake Paul, the younger competitor, a lot of people say, you know what? Mike is biting off a little more than he could chew. And this is what they said.
Not necessarily being better. I'm following young guys, younger than him, better fighters than he is. So I'm just prepared to fight. Let's talk about it.
Now, naturally, if you're training for a fight with Jake Paul, forget who it is. You're fighting to fight somebody who's way younger than you, supposedly more mobile than you because they have younger legs. Now, naturally, your sparring is going to have to be a little bit young. You know what I mean? Teens, I wouldn't say that, you know what I mean? Because Jake Paul's not a teenager, but he's in his, like 20s, mid-20s, late 20s or whatever. So definitely, you know what I'm saying, way younger than Mike Tyson. So, man, imagine if you stepping into the ring, even sparring with Mike Tyson. We see how Mike Tyson looked when he's with his trainer just hitting the pads. Imagine what he is looking like if he is sparring against another human being. If he has that same intensity and veracity when he's coming at another competitor in the ring. Now, keep in mind, they got hair gear on, you know what I'm saying? They got crotch pads and all that kind of crap. Because you know, with Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? Things can get, you know what I mean? When that switch get flipped, might go somewhere different, you know what I mean? Might go to a different planet. So just imagine when Mike Tyson stepped into that ring, what he's going to do to Jake Paul. Jake Paul's been talking a lot. Yes, you already know that's going to happen. Jake Paul is a talker. He's young, large social media presence, you know what I mean? So he knows how to work the social system. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson was surprised when somebody in media said, I believe it was Ellie Seckback, shout out to Ellie Seckback, when he said, you have over 80 million followers. And Mike was like, over 80 million followers? What? Really? Now, he didn't even know he had that much love in the world. But Mike Tyson, legendary. Anybody, even if you're not a fan of sport of boxing, quote unquote, you know who Mike Tyson is. That's hands down. You know who Mike Tyson is. So, is Jake Paul more popular than Mike Tyson? Hell no. But do a younger demographic, I guess you could say they are more educated about Jake Paul more so than Mike Tyson? Yeah, you can say that. But they're not more well-known, you know what I mean, than Mike Tyson, because in my opinion, no offense, but a lot of younger people these days, I mean, they really are not in touch with their history as they should be. Because you got to know where you came from to know where you at and to also to know where you're going, especially depending upon the conversation that you may be having. Now, Jake Paul, he knocked out some people, but they wasn't no boxers. And when he fought, what's his name? Tommy Fury, we seen how that went. But Tommy Fury, what has he done since he fought Jake Paul? That should tell you about the type of fighter that he is. Now, if I could pick a fighter for Jake Paul, trust me, it will be somebody that I know that can give you some work, not somebody that you can get a bag or a payday, because that's what he's been doing. And Bill recently went on social media and said that Jake Paul is the face of boxing. So I don't know if he's trying to set up a fight or create a narrative for his son. I mean, because we all know what's going on with you know what I'm saying, in the Haney family. Now, Devin and Jake Paul, I don't think that Jake Paul will ever take a fight like that, because first of all, Jake Paul had to lose too much weight. Second of all, Devin Haney, he's a lightweight. You know what I mean? So Jake Paul will have to come down a whole lot of weight in order to step into the ring with Devin Haney. Or Devin Haney, he may come in heavy, because a lot of these dudes, even though they might fight at 135, they may walk around at, who knows, 147, 54, or who knows, even higher. Same thing they say about Tank. Yes, Tank fights at, 35. They say he can get down to 130. But a lot of people say, I've heard people say Tank walk around like in the 170s, 180. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy, because if you are losing that amount of weight for a fight, I mean, it might be time for you to move up. But if you are young enough and your body and your routine and your training staff can get you in that fighting shape, it can help you get to that weight healthy, and you still got all your faculties. And we all know the kind of power that Tank has. So apparently the system that they have, it works. How long will it work? I mean, who knows? The first time that Tank really gets into a fight and he's really tested, we shall see. And that hasn't happened since Tank fought Pitbull Cruz, which Pitbull and Ryu 2 is slated to be on the Benavidez versus Morrell card, just in case y'all didn't know. So that's actually going to be the co-main event for Benavidez versus Morrell. And that's a hell of a main event. Ryu took Pitbull's his title in their last fight, but that's boxing. And I knew Ryu being the competitor that he was, and Pitbull come forward style. I mean, I know that was going to be a problem for Pitbull, but if Pitbull does some things different, and I believe if he changes his footwork up a little bit, and use a little more lateral movement, he can still implement his style. But that boxing ability of Ryu, the best way to offset that is his movement. This is Pitbull. So we're going to see how that fight transpires, you know what I mean, when they get into the ring. But that's shaping up to be a very good card. You got Benavidez versus Morrell as the headlining event. And for the co-main, you got Bull versus Ryu 2. I mean, that's going to be a good card, man. And another good card is going to be BETERBIEV versus BIVOL. You got Ben Whitaker on that card. Shout out to the UK. He's kind of like Prince Nassim Hamed. You know what I mean? Like very charismatic, energetic, but he can box. He got skill, got power. He's about 6'3", packs a punch, can move. He's a serious competitor, man. You got Chris Eubank also fighting. And for the female fighters, you got Sky. She's boxing. So it's going to be a good card, man. Chris Eubank, they recently said that he turned down a fight to fight Canelo Alvarez, which I never heard about that until I just read that today, matter of fact. And Chris Eubank fighting Canelo Alvarez, I don't know if Chris Eubank is ready for that fight. I don't know if he's ready for that smoke. But hey, if he is, I think that'd be a great challenge for Chris Eubank. But Canelo Alvarez, at this point, how long does Canelo got in the ring? You know what I mean? I think, in my opinion, Canelo's going to take, you know what I'm saying, maybe 2, maybe 3 more great paydays. Then he may be getting out the sport. You know what I mean? Because Canelo's made a ton of money. It's really not too much that he needs. And he's really not fighting top-tier competition. So how many of these some of these subpar fights can you continue to take, in my opinion? I mean, you don't want to fight Crawford, which you should. I mean, why not? If you want to go up to 75 to redeem yourself against BIVOL, how can you talk about Tansport Crawford wanting to move up to fight you? I mean, you keep saying it's a payday. I mean, of course it's a payday. You prize fighters. That's why Canelo was asked for all that money to fight Benavidez. So you can't fault Terence Crawford for doing the same thing and trying to get a payday out of you. But it's more than just a payday. I mean, that comes with the fight. That comes with the sport. that comes with the risk. But as far as skill, Terence Crawford has the skill to beat Canelo. And Canelo, he knows this. Now, only thing I will say in that is Terence Crawford, when he fought Madrimov, when he went up to 54, he looked okay. But he didn't look super good. Didn't look super crispy. Now, people may not realize, but when Terence Crawford moved up to 47, he looked okay when he first started out. But once he grew into the weight, that's when Bud really started to look dominant. He got stronger. He looked better. Now, as he campaigns at 154, I'm pretty sure the same thing is going to happen. But if he's talking about jumping right back up to fight Canelo at 68, then, I mean, in my opinion, I think that'd be dangerous. If he really wants to do that, I think Bud needs to move up now instead of staying at 154, especially because they just announced Sebastian Fundora against Errol Spence. And I believe that Bud kind of, I'm not going to say allowed that to happen, but kind of allowed that to happen. You know what I mean? Because Bud and Fundora was supposed to fight. So who knows? It could be something in the background working that we have no idea. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be announced sooner or later. But Spence is going to make his return to the ring. And we all know Errol Spence, he doesn't do the tune-up fight thing. So him facing Sebastian Fundora for that title, I mean, that's going to be a big deal, man. Because Spence, major layoff, hasn't been in the ring since he got destroyed by Terence Crawford. Sebastian Fundora, I mean, coming off great wins, that size, that length, has a crowbar of an uppercut, fights very well to be that tall in the phone booth. I mean, Sebastian Fundora does have some weapons, man. And we all know Errol Spence, he loves to attack the body. And I'm sure that Fundora's team, they're going to prepare for that. And I think that Fundora has the weapons to prepare for that. As soon as Errol try to load up with those body shots, I believe he's going to, you know what I mean? Fundora's going to let those uppercuts go. And we've seen when Fundora, when he lets his hands go, especially with that uppercut, and especially if he does damage, look what he did to Erickson Lubin. So don't get it twisted, man. Like, Fundora does have some power. He has ability. And I believe that's going to be a dangerous, dangerous fight for Errol Spence moving forward. Now, back to real quickly about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul, if he comes, this is real fight, because the fight is what it is. It's on Netflix. It's Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. And we all know the fights that Jake Paul puts on. It's more of a show than a fight. Now, they're both going to make a lot of money, naturally. But if this is a real fight, Jake Paul, it doesn't matter if Mike Tyson is old. If Jake Paul wants to hurt Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson already said that the experience that he wants to put on is pain. He wants Jake Paul to feel pain. Mike Tyson is capable of making Jake Paul feel pain. So when these two guys step into the ring, and if it is a legit fight, with the skill level that Mike Tyson has, him being 58, 59, 60 years old, it don't matter. Mike is still dangerous. Mike can still move. If he goes into that fight with a head full of steam, and he already said he's going to be right in front of Jake, he's going to press him. And with the footwork that Mike Tyson still has, and he's shown it, go look on the internet, especially when he was training Ngannou. You've seen him working with Ngannou a lot. You know what I mean? Mike still, you know what I'm saying? He can still move. And I don't care how talented Jake Paul has become, because he has improved, but he's still not as good as he could be, or a lot of fighters that can step into the ring and really pick him apart. You know what I mean? So Mike Tyson knows this. But if Jake Paul has the courage to step into the ring with Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. If he's a healthy 58-year-old or a healthy 60-year-old, that's a dangerous Mike Tyson. And if Jake Paul steps into the ring and faces that version of Mike Tyson, it's going to be not only a good fight, but I don't think the fight is going 12 rounds. I think it's an 8 or 10-rounder at best. I don't think it's a 12-rounder. And this is going to be, I think, for as long as it lasts, I think it's going to be an entertaining fight, because that's what it is, entertainment. But if Mike Tyson is serious, he's going to go into that fight, in my opinion, he's going to knock Jake Paul out. If Mike is serious, he has the ability to knock out Jake Paul. You can't say the same thing, in my opinion, about Jake Paul. Yes, he can knock out Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson can still move. And his head movement, his lateral movement, the way that he can go side to side and switch around his opponents. I think it'd be harder for Jake Paul to catch Mike Tyson with that knockout shot opposed to Mike Tyson catching him, because Mike Tyson is going to press him. And the way that Mike comes in, with that head movement, he's going to be slipping shots. He's going to be dodging shots. And if he catches Jake Paul, it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be over. If he catches Jake Paul at the right time with the right shot, Jake Paul going to sleep. Jake Paul is going to sleep. And imagine that. You step into the ring with Iron Mike, 60 years old, you're the younger competitor, and Mike puts you to sleep. Mike puts you to sleep. That's the beautiful part about, not only about boxing, but about fighting the best competition. Because even if you lose, nobody's going to hold that against you. Why? Because you fought the best. And if you lose to a bum, you lose to a scrub, cab driver, tomato can, y'all already know the logos and what they say in boxing. But if you lose to a pound for pound great, whether it's an older great, current great, but if you lose to a great fighter, a tough fighter, somebody who had a 50% chance or 60, 40, whatever you want to call it, to go into that fight and beat you, there's no reason to hold your head down, hold your head up. But if you fight a bum and you get embarrassed, you get upset, you know what I mean? Because look at Anthony Joshua when he fought Ruiz. Ruiz was a good fighter, but they did not think that Ruiz was a good enough fighter to step into that ring with Anthony Joshua, especially when Andy Ruiz took that fight on short notice. Yes, I think like weeks prior, whatever like that, he was coming off of a fight, but still, he took that fight, which is a big risk. Great opportunity, but big risk. And look what happened. First Mexican heavyweight champion. Made history. Shocked the world. Well, he's in the books forever. Now, this fight, Jake Paul steps into the ring with Mike Tyson. If he knocks out Mike Tyson, Jake Paul will be solidified, like it or love it, in the boxing archives forever. It doesn't matter if that fight goes on somebody's legitimate record or not. You stepped into the ring and you fought Mike Tyson. Whether you win or if you happen to lose, you fought Mike Tyson. That is bucket list type of material, to say that I stepped into the ring with one of the greatest fighters of all time. And thank God that he is still living. He is still being admired, respected, and loved. And I stepped into the ring with this champ, former champ, but he will always be a champ. And he knocked me out. That probably, and it should, bring a smile to your face. Be like, damn, you know what? I got knocked out by Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? That will always be a conversation starter. You know what I mean? To say, I stepped into the ring with Iron Mike, and guess what? He knocked me out. Ain't nobody will be mad at you. Nobody will be mad at you. Now, if Mike Tyson get knocked out by Jake Paul, Mike is the type of competitor, and more importantly, Mike is the type of man that he's not going to give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You're like, so I can tell you right now, the energy what Mike going to have is what it is. You know what I mean? That's boxing. I stepped into the ring. I was in great shape. We fought. The younger guy beat me. You know what I mean? But I don't think Jake Paul will kick Mike Tyson ass. Even if Jake Paul happens to get a knockout, I think that Jake Paul is going to go into that fight and beat Mike Tyson ass. I really don't see that happening. I don't see it going down like that at all. If Jake catches Mike, okay, he could hurt him. But I believe that Mike Tyson is going to not only put up a great fight, but I think Mike can win. Personally, I think Mike Tyson can win. Now, that being said, to wrap it up, BETERBIEV versus BIVOL, October 12th. It is going down. Riyadh season. This is going to be a great fight. Two fantastic competitors at the top of their game, at the apex of their game. Two fantastic competitors, two great men on a path to greatness. And October 12th, they both have an opportunity and a chance to see that realized by becoming undisputed champions. Whoever wins this fight, if they're not on the pound-for-pound list, they most certainly will be on the pound-for-pound list. And whoever wins between Benavidez and Morrell, when they step into the ring, and if they happen to clash, that is going to be a great, great fight. I mean, 175 is lit, y'all. 175, these are two phenomenal fights that we have slated coming up for 2024, 25. But it's going to be it is a great time in boxing. We are seeing some great fights. Devin Haney, as he told Ryan Garcia, he's off the couch. They're trying to make that rematch happen. And I believe that Devin Haney, he should try to rematch Ryan to get that vindication. Ryan Garcia currently suspended. When he comes back, yes, the sport will be looking for him. So will he give Devin Haney a rematch? Because with the whole quote-unquote lawsuit situation, that could impact things, especially a rematch. Ryan Garcia is quick to say F you. You know what I mean? So we're just going to have to see how things shape up as far as the whole Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fiasco. But Tank Davis fighting Roach, that's going to be a decent fight. I don't think that fight compares to Benavidez versus Morrell at all. Tank and Roach have a history. They've known each other since they was kids. Coach Calvin, they know Roach, you know what I mean? Like they trained when they was kids, you know what I mean? So it's a history there. So I don't know if Tank took that fight because he wants to look out for Roach, give him a payday, but I don't see that being a threat to Tank Davis at all. I don't see him stepping into that ring and upsetting Gervonta Tank Davis. But this is boxing. Who knows? But Tank Davis, one of the faces of boxing. There is no face. I tell y'all this all the time. There is no one face in the sport of boxing. You have multiple faces in the sport of boxing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even Mount Rushmore has more than one great face on it. Same thing in boxing. So I like to call it Mount Rushmore of boxing. So you have Chancellor Crawford. You have Inoue. Yes, you have Usyk. You can have BETERBIEV. You could throw Tank Davis in there. And if BETERBIEV happens to lose to BIVOL and becomes undisputed like heavyweight champion, then BIVOL is going to be possibly, in some people's eyes, probably number one or number two. I think Chancellor Crawford even chimed in and he spoke about that. And he said that like whoever wins that fight and becomes undisputed, then you can't knock them. Pound for pound, they're going to be number one. So whoever wins this fight and becomes undisputed at 175, they could possibly take that number one spot according to Chancellor Crawford. Bud could probably jump down to 3, put Inoue at number 2. And as talented as Tank Davis is, I honestly don't know why Tank isn't a unified champion. Not only a unified champion, but I don't know why he hasn't yet tried to achieve being an undisputed world champion. He has the skill, he has the ability, he has the marketability. I mean, he's very marketable. He puts asses in seats. I mean, I don't know why they haven't went down that avenue yet. Maybe that's something that Tank doesn't want. Like I told you guys, everybody does not want to be a undisputed champion. Everybody doesn't want to be a unified champion. Some people don't even want to be a champion. They just want to fight, get a payday, support themselves and their family, and that's it. And you know what? It ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Some fighters, they fight because that's their job. I think BETERBIEV, believe it or not, he's like that. He has that mindset. It's like they like boxing, but they don't like it like that. But that's all they have ever done. That's all they know. They have never had a part-time job at McDonald's. They have never had a part-time job parking cars or bagging up groceries or working at the mall. The only thing they know is getting up, going to the gym, putting those gloves on, and making people bleed in the ring. That's all they know. So you're talking about doing something from the age of 6, 8, 5, up until you in your 30s or 40s. I mean, you can't knock these guys. And BETERBIEV, That is how he has always been. He is a fighter from birth. BIVOL has been a fighter from birth. Both of these guys are doing what they love to do. Wake up every day and get up and they run and they put that time in. It takes a lot to do what these guys do, y'all. I know we want to see these fights, especially the best fights, the biggest fights. But when you take on the best competition, a lot comes with that. These training camps are not easy. And the harder your training, the harder your opponent, the harder your camp has to be. You have to push yourself to limits and heights that you have never been and reached before. Because when you step into that ring, you have to assume that your opponent on that night is going to be the best that he or she has ever been. So you have to assume that they are going to make you reach or put you in a certain position that you have never been in. And reaching greatness and being great is not a comfortable thing. That is a very uncomfortable situation because it is not easy. It's not easy to win. Why do you think so many people do not want to win? Why do you think so many people be hating on people who are trying to win? Because it takes a lot. And when they see that type of success in somebody and they don't have that success in themselves, that's what makes people mad. But I will never apologize for me trying to reach my goals. I would never apologize for me trying to be great. So if you want to hate, that will do nothing for me but motivate me and give me the fuel that I need to reach greater heights. So that being said, smash that like button on your way in. You know what I'm saying? If not, I still appreciate you guys for being here, listening. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to drop down in the comments who you have winning these fights. BIVOL versus BETERBIEV. Also, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. That is what we have been talking about. Also, Benavidez versus Morrell has also been mentioned. The co-main to that fight is Pitbull versus Ryo 2. So these are some of the fights that we've been talking about. But the video was about naturally BETERBIEV versus BIVOL and also Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, Mike Tyson is prepared for that fight. He's ready. I don't know if I played this soundbite for y'all, but let me see what this one is.
The reason why you don't see most fighters doing this is because most fighters are not Mike Tyson. They're not taking care of. So you can see a fighter.
Yeah, I remember that the question was asked. They asked Mike Tyson, basically him being older, like why don't they see more older competitors stepping up and taking fights? Like we see Floyd Mayweather, him doing the exhibition thing. Manny Pacquiao's trying to get his feet wet. We seen Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. Matter of fact, like why don't we see Shane Mosley just fought? And Mike Tyson went on, as you guys heard, to say, like, a lot of these guys don't take care of themselves like I do. Now, we always see Mike Tyson, you know what I mean, like smoking weed and all that, like that's all he does. No, Mike smoke weed, he eat mushrooms and all that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, you know what I mean, like weed ain't bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like weed helps you with inflammation, helps your muscles as far as when your body be aching and all that, you know what I mean, helps you get to sleep. So weed has a lot of medicinal purposes, you know what I'm saying, to it. I mean, Mike don't drink, you know what I mean? And that alcohol really destroys your body, dries your body out from the inside, especially a lot of like pills and a lot of those other drugs. And Mike talked about that also. Like he does take pills, don't get me wrong, but he was like, but the pills that he take naturally are like supplements and vitamins. And he spoke on that. He was like, because when I was younger, he used to always talk about older people taking pills and all that. And like now I find myself waking up every day, taking a plethora of, you know what I'm saying, different pills and supplements. But guess what? That's how it is. You know what I mean? When you get older, especially if you are preparing for a fight, you know what I mean? You got to put those nutrients into your body because it's more as far as I guess vascular health, but your overall, like your bones and everything, your joints. I mean, Mike's an older guy, so he has to pay more attention to his physical well-being and overall health, opposed to somebody else who is young. Their body can naturally respond and heal itself at a better rate than somebody who was older. So an older competitor, especially fighting at a high level, which Mike Tyson will be, he has to put a little bit more attention to detail when he's preparing for a fight. Like he says, like he gets a lot more massages now. You know what I mean? Like when he was younger. When he was younger, your body responds a lot different. But now he gets a lot more massages, which in my opinion, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Get you a couple of them beautiful, you know what I mean? And let them, you know what I'm saying, rub all the kinks and all the knots out your body. You know what I mean? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Salute to Mike Tyson for that, especially because he can afford it. You know what I mean? So you getting a couple of those nice massages, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 days out the week, boy. You know what I mean? That'll have anybody feeling good. So coming into this fight, man, Mike Tyson, it seems like he is mentally ready. He's physically ready, man. He's in great shape. He's ready to fight. It does not matter if he's stepping into the ring with a younger guy. And speaking about that, this is what he said when they asked Mike Tyson about fighting the younger Jake Paul.
Necessarily being better. I spar with young guys, younger than him, better fighters than he is. You know, I'm just prepared to fight. Let's talk about.
He's prepared to fight. He's been training, like I said, he's been sparring younger guys who are better than Jake Paul, because I'm sure that the younger fighters that Mike Tyson are training with to prepare him for Jake Paul, these are actually traditional fighters, meaning that is their sport. Jake Paul is still, in a lot of people's eyes, he's still new to the game. He's still getting his feet wet. You know what I mean? So boxing is a perpetual sport where you perpetually have to educate yourself and seek knowledge. That's how you get better. You look at Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, you know what I mean? A lot of tacticians, especially mental tacticians, Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, even a new way. Like these guys are not only ambassadors of the sport, you know what I mean? But these guys are always looking to get better, always looking to improve, because boxing is a very mental game. You know what I mean? It's a chess match. It's literally a chess match between you and your opponent. That's why a lot of people would love to see two boxers step into the ring, but the fanfare doesn't want to see that, because why? It will be too boring, because it will be a chess match. That's why a lot of people talk about and pick on Shakur Stevenson, but you can't. The sport of boxing is just that, the art of hit and not getting hit. And that's what Shakur Stevenson does. We all love a knockout. But in my opinion, I'd rather just see a great fight. If it goes 12, hats off to both competitors. If it goes 2, hats off to both competitors. But when you know the fight is going to end by knockout, or if you know the fight is going to end by stoppage, I mean, that kind of takes a little bit of luster out of the fight, you know what I mean, so to speak, in my opinion. So with that being said, BIVOL versus BETERBIEV, I hope it's a great fight. I believe it truly will be a great fight. Somebody's going to be the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world August 12th. Who will it be? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Somebody is going, who knows, man? You know what I mean? That fight may shock the world. But November 15th on Netflix, we're going to see if Mike Tyson should truly hang it up. We're going to see if Jake Paul will finally be tested by an all-time great. But other than that, man, thank you guys for tuning in. But I'm definitely about to get ready to get up out of here, man. Somebody just jumped in right when I was wrapping up the, you know what I'm saying, the chat, man. I appreciate you for stopping in real quick, man. But I'm about to get up out of here. You know what I mean? Because your boy's hungry, and I did skip lunch, man. But I was like, you know what, man? Like, should I do a video or should I just go live? Because, like I said, if I did a video, then I would have had to edit. And by the time that I would have edited it and everything like that, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to just go live first, man. I still may do a video, so that's why you guys should subscribe, turn your notifications on. So when I drop that short or drop that video, you're notified and you can watch the latest content from your boy. More videos coming soon. More shorts are coming soon. And talking about shorts, make sure y'all guys do subscribe, because YouTube is going to be, I forgot the date. I think it's like October 12th or something like that. But how shorts is now that you guys see, shorts are anywhere from about like 15 seconds to about 60 seconds. They're going to increase to upwards of 3 minutes. So I'm going to be doing more lives, and I'm probably going to be doing still long form content, but instead of doing like 10, 15 minute videos, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to try to do Like try to like 3 minutes will be like, you know what I mean? I want to try to keep things at like 3 to 5 minutes. This way I could probably do more videos opposed to doing less videos for you guys. So about to go back to work also. So the schedule is going to change. That's another reason why that I wanted to start doing lives again and get back to doing more shorts content. Because like I said, once I start to go back to work, naturally content throughout the week may slow down because of my schedule. And on my days off, that will be, that'll be mitigated to me putting out content. So like I said, subscribe, put your notifications on. So when that content comes out, you guys are first in line to get it. I do what I do for you guys. I appreciate you guys. A lot of great energy, man, starting off the stream. I appreciate you guys, man. Alejandra, you know what I mean, chat. All you guys, you know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you also for subscribing and joining the Talk Nation family. We are rising like high blood pressure. I appreciate you guys. Hope you have a blessed day. And if you survive the storm, man, hats to you. And that's how it is, baby. Mother Nature don't pull no punches. And when she starts swinging, everybody can get knocked out. So with that said, man, I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are blessed. Well, you know what I'm saying? Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the rest of your day. But I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Oh.